There's a lawsuit involving ivermectin. The good news is that this time it is not a lawsuit trying to force a hospital or a doctor to use ivermectin. The bad side is everything else about this story, because detainees at an Arkansas jail who had COVID-19 were totally unknowingly treated by a doctor with ivermectin. And that is a drug that health officials have continually said is dangerous. It has side effects, some of which can be serious, and should not be used to treat or prevent a coronavirus infection. As of right now, when we're recording this, there are no peer-reviewed studies showing that it is beneficial in using ivermectin to treat COVID-19. The best results I've seen, and I have been tracking this, we've talked about it recently, are that it is not horrendous in terms of side effects, but has no beneficial effects on dealing with COVID-19. But it has been wrapped up in this partisan tribal thing. And so this doctor has decided to use it. But even worse than that is not letting the inmates even know that it was being used. This is 4 men, Damon Blackburn, Julio Gonzalez, Jeremiah Little, and Edric Florial Wooten, say in their lawsuit that after testing positive for the coronavirus back in August, they were taken to the quarantine block of the Washington County Detention Center and given a cocktail of drugs twice a day. The complaint filed this month says that the men that took the drugs, he said, by the way, that it was vitamins, antibiotics, and steroids. They were unaware that they were actually ingesting ivermectin. And I would love to know more about what they were ingesting, because that, when you tell me that you're just giving them a cocktail of vitamins, antibiotics, and steroids, it sounds as if he's getting his medical advice not from med school, but from Joe Rogan. I can't say for sure what podcast he listened to, but that's what it sounds like to me. Anyway, they say that they did have side effects from this cocktail: vision issues, diarrhea, bloody stools, stomach cramps. They were also subject to payment of fees for medical examinations that they sought after experiencing the side effects from the drug. So they have side effects from a drug that they're not told about. And in trying to diagnose why they're having these negative side effects, they have to pay for that. And it'll be pretty difficult to identify the source of your side effects when you can't give an accurate history to your doctor, because you don't know about what you've been ingesting, because the doctor didn't respect you enough to actually tell you. Now, this doctor, Robert Karras, he says that he began administering ivermectin at the jail back in November 2020. So this is super early on. I don't even know that I was hearing about ivermectin back in 2020, but he was right on the cutting edge of conspiracy theories around COVID. Anyway, he says that 254 inmates at the jail have been treated with the drug. I have no idea what percentage of those, if any, were told about it beforehand or were given accurate information about the lack of scientific evidence that it was beneficial in any way in dealing with the COVID that they had. Anyway, way back, he had posted this. Take a look at this. It's January 15th, I believe, this must be 2021 there. It doesn't list a date there, but it has to be. He says at this point, guess we made the news again this week. Still with best record in the world at the jail with the same protocols. Inmates aren't dumb. And I suspect in the future, other inmates around the country will be suing their facilities requesting same treatment we're using, including the ivermectin. Well, his prediction was partially right. Inmates aren't dumb, they did figure it out, and they are suing, but not in the direction that he thought they would. Anyway, so this is a lawsuit that is now in process. The ACLU is asking questions about this practice. I would assume that they will be looking into the possible non-consensual use of ivermectin at other facilities as well, because apparently there are doctors that think they know better than the bulk of scientific knowledge about treating COVID, and certainly better than their inmates, who they don't care enough about to actually inform about what they're being treated with.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.